Let's cross over to them, should we? Simon and Amanda Richards are here. Hello to you. You can't knock that smile off your faces, can you?
No, we really can't. I think it's painted on permanently now.
He's only 18. How do you think he would have been with the nerves?
We've managed to speak to him briefly, and he said he was extremely nervous beforehand, which is great because I've managed to watch the race back, and I thought he looked really cool and calm when they walked out on poolside. But he said he was really nervous, but he handled it really well.
He was doing a classic Swan impression, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard for you not to be there in person. What was it like watching him? You must have felt every stroke.
Yeah, I think we really did. It has been really tricky this year, not being able to be a part of the trials, not being able to go out there and watch him compete. That's been really difficult. It's made it feel very distanced, and it's very strange just watching it on a television. But we've said all along, haven't we, that if it meant that the games could go ahead and he could still take part, we would take that every single time. So yeah, it's kind of still a little bit surreal for us, isn't it? I think we just can't wait to get our hands on him.
Absolutely. The important part was that he got a chance to be there, and he got a chance to compete. And as much as we'd have loved to have been there, actually him being there is far more important than us being there.
Mm. And he was a fingernail away from a world record.
Yeah. Watch this space. I'm an amazing group of young lads. They're a real fantastic bunch of guys. And as much as it's wonderful and it's brilliant, it's fantastic, I know they're going to be really frustrated that they didn't take the world record. But they were 300ths away, and they can go a lot quicker than that. So it'll come.
Mum, tell us about him training in a paddling pool.
Yeah, when we went into lockdown last year, he was at the Royal Wolverhampton School, and of course all school pools had to be closed. So we came across a Dutch swimmer, I can't remember, you said her name, Sharon?
Van Ruwendahl.
And she put up a small paddling pool in her garden and was using a bungee rope. So that gave us the inspiration. And then we found a massive 3 metre by 2 metre overground pool for the garden, which wrecked my garden, I have to say. But it had to be deep because you've got such long arms and a big wingspan. So we had to make sure it was a really deep one. And then we fixed, with the help of Simon's dad, we fixed a bungee rope to the garage wall. And he swam against that, using that as resistance. But then we had a few issues with that snapping occasionally. And thankfully the garage wall is still standing, though. So we're quite grateful for that.
What about when he was younger, Dad? Who used to take him to the pool? Who used to get up early to have to do that car run?
When he was very little, we both did that, and my mum and dad helped a lot as well. And you know, you never think back then that you'll one day end up speaking to you guys on the telly and talking about him being an Olympic champion. But it's a team game. You know, the kids love being in the water. They just love going backwards and forwards, up and down that black line on the bottom of the pool. And our jobs as parents is just to support them, isn't it? And give them every opportunity to do whatever it is they're going to do.
There are lots of swim parents out there who day in, day out will get up at the crack of dawn and take their children swimming and then drop them off to school and then go to work themselves and then come back and do the same thing in the evening. So there's lots of unsung heroes out there that do that to help their children achieve their dreams. So yeah.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that he was going to be Olympic champion?
Certainly not 18. You know, when Tokyo was on its way, we were sort of like, Tokyo might be a bit young for that. You know, he might not make that one. But I think the year sort of delay has actually worked in his favour. So it's been amazing that he's been able to go to this Games and get this one under his belt before he goes to Paris, hopefully in 3 years' time.
Yeah, and before that, is he taking part in the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham?
That'll certainly be the plan, providing he's fit and healthy. He'll be representing Wales next year, which is fantastic. Obviously, a home games. That'll be wonderful because whilst obviously he'll be swimming for Wales, not England, the home nations will all get fantastic response from the crowd, I'm sure. So that's a wonderful experience to be part of. And that'll then build into the Worlds after that. And then, touch wood, Paris.
Yeah, and they work together incredibly well as a team, as we saw. I mean, they were flipping miles ahead, weren't they?
Yeah,
they were.
Yeah, for me, after watching them at trials back in April in London, it was clear they were all in fantastic shape and in fantastic form. I'll be perfectly honest, I was really comfortable this morning, which is probably the first time ever. I knew they were going to win. It was whether they were going to break the world record or not, and they missed it by a fraction. It's a wonderful, wonderful group of people. British Women and Team GB have put a fantastic team together. All of the coaches, the support staff, everything that sits around it has just produced the most wonderful results.
And what would you say to parents or families listening at the moment who want to be you in 3 years' time?
just support your children, make sure that they love it, because these sports and competing at this level is way too hard if you don't enjoy it. So that for me would be my main piece of advice. Make sure they enjoy it, accept that they're going to have ups and downs, and don't panic about the downs, although I'm still really rubbish at that, and just be there and help them to achieve whatever level they are supposed to achieve.
Since Matt's been about 10k, I've had 3 rules with him, and the number 1 rule, it's not specifically swimming, I think it's for all youngsters. Number 1 is enjoy it, because if they're not enjoying it, it's too hard. So if they can manage to do number 1 and enjoy it, number 2 is work hard, because nobody gets given anything for free. So if you're enjoying it and you're working hard, number 3 is listen to your coaches. And I've said that to Matt the last week while he's been in Tokyo. It's exactly the same thing. Enjoy it, work hard, and listen to your coaches.
And then look what's happened. You get a gold medal.
I'm not guaranteeing that with my rule of 3. I'm just clarifying.
Congratulations. Get some sleep at some stage once that adrenaline starts to ebb away. It's lovely to speak to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Bye.